Hey, it's Milton Daily Homes Chuck here, and we're back with another super fantastic, wonderful, delightful episode. And it's Wednesday, it's hump day. We have 11 listings today, and I'll just let you know we're doing a buyer class next Thursday, so just over a week from now, and it's going to be an amazing class. We're really coming up to the deadline where you can get a lot of free government money if you're buying your first home. It's a very simple thing to do if you know what to do. And there's gonna be a lot of great information too. So anyhow, the let's get right to it. The first one up is 3222 Steeles, and it's a real interesting one because I always say to people, you really can't touch anything freehold in Milton under probably 250. I haven't seen one in a long time. So this one is just on the outskirts. It's at Steeles and Peru Road, and 185,000. 2 bedroom, 1 washroom. It's 18 by 148. It's a townhouse, and to the best of my knowledge, there's no condo fees attached to it. So this is cheaper than the condo townhomes in Milton. And when you look at it, you got the 2 bedrooms upstairs plus a 4-piece bath, and then you've got a kitchen and a living room. So probably no more than 800-900 square feet kind of thing. But I would I would still venture to say that it's got some very attractive price features there. You don't see stuff for 185 without condo fees. And so what's the catch, right? You look at it, you say, okay, great, it's on the western outskirts of Milton, and you've got a view of the Niagara Escarpment. Okay, it's great. It's got a European style kitchen with oak trim. And you look at it, it says, ideal home for someone starting out. True, because of the price range, and it's really nice for a retired couple. Here's why, because that retired couple may have hearing issues, okay? So when you look at where it is on a map, it is in this little complex of townhomes, and it's one of the ones over on this side because it's kind of a wedge shape. And why is it a wedge shape? Because the tracks are a natural barrier, train tracks right behind the house. So you will hear the train here. And again, there are some nice features about living in this area, but just know that that's one of the main determinants on value on this one is just a little bit about the age and then also the location. So that is the story about that one. I still think it's going to get snatched up pretty quick because I think that's something that a lot of people are looking for is homes under 200,000. Now Ferguson, a couple came out on Ferguson yesterday, so there's really a boom of these coming out. And so this is an end unit, and it's bigger than the ones yesterday. So the ones yesterday, 12 something square feet. This is getting close to like 1450, 3 bedrooms upstairs, much bigger home. And I think this is the pick of the litter. I think this is the best deal out of all of them. For 10,000 more, you're getting that much extra square footage. And I'd be slightly concerned at the size of this eat-in. It's really hard to tell from the pictures. Things can get stretched and compressed, so it's hard to tell dimensions, but it just seems small. It seems like it's really tucked against the wall there. And nice open concept design, and then you've got your bedrooms there. So there you go. So there's only one full bathroom in this home, but I still think it's got some really, really nice, unique features, and I think it'll sell pretty quick. Let me just elaborate on this $46.88 per month. So it's for garbage and snow removal, and my understanding is because the street is so small, the city won't go in there. So what that means is if you took $10,000, if you said I was going to get a mortgage for $10,000, it would be between $40 and $50 a month. And so I look at these fees as being almost like an extra 10,000 lumped onto the price. And so I automatically look at this one as a 305 listing instead of a 295 listing. Now McJanet is a Mattamy home, and they don't have those extra fees. So that 318.8 that's what it is. I don't add 10,000 onto this one. It's an Oxford Sumac, so it's got a little room on the front here where you can have a little office or something like that. Very few of these have the wraparound deck, and very few of them have an ugly yellow mustard color. For me, it's not that appealing, but the it's 1353 square feet. I think they quoted it wrong in the listing. And what's happened is the ones that have sold in the 315 to 320 range over the last couple months have had the hardwood, they've had the granite counters, they've had the backsplash, they've had the upgraded this, the upgraded that. And this one doesn't look like it does. It's all carpet inside, and So I'm wondering what makes them justify, and sometimes we see that. Sometimes we'll find some really upgraded homes that'll set a really high bar, and then an okay home will sneak in right underneath them and do pretty well. So these guys may have chosen the right strategy. I mean, if you really compare and add up the differences, these guys should probably be, I would think. I mean, again, there's no photos, but I would think they'd be a lot closer to the 310 than the 320. Um, but yeah, it'll be an interesting thing. This is a very active price range, and there's one for sale right now on Frank that's at 3.4 or 315. That's pretty nice. It just went under offer for the second time. Now Farmstead is the next one at 339.9, and so this is a two-story. It's a three-bedroom, three-washroom. And usually when you see the address listed as 651 Farmstead number 65, you think it has some sort of common condo element kind of thing, and it doesn't, as far as I know. Immediate possession, these are just starting to close now. I believe Costcorp is the builder, and I'm not sure how close they'd be to Derry. I believe they're on the corner of Derry and Farmstead. So anyhow, I know with previous, like the ones on Ferguson were Costcorp, same builder, and I had issues with how quick they put those up, and some of the actual quality issues with them weren't really. I wasn't thrilled with them. So anyhow, have a look at that one if it seems like it's in your range. So Campbellville, 344.9, and the home itself looks like a concrete bunker. It looks like it's stucco on the outside, so you've got some views there. Hilton Falls. Where it is it looks like it's right at Appleby, Campbellville, right around here. Okay, so there's some nice sort of water feature here. There's Kelso just over to the side, and you do have locational factors like the escarpment. How does that affect the water table? There's some obviously underground or some quarry stuff happening over here. So you just want to sort of be aware of all the different elements that are happening. There seems to be a lot of transition north of the 401 between, well, kind of, yeah, in this general vicinity. There's a lot of things happening. So anyhow, 344.9 for a detached two-bedroom home. It's electric baseboard heat, and tough one to pick, because really they're banking on the value coming from that particular location. And McDowell is at 349.9, and so it's a townhouse, and it's a croft side. You can always tell a croft side by how it arches. It's a little bit wider. It's 34 feet. Typically the croft sides are on maybe a 27, 28 foot lot. And inside, it's carpet. I mean, it's nothing special inside. The kitchen's okay. The appliances are not bad. Would have taken this out just to give it a more open concept feel, but you can see how everything lays out. Family room, dining, and then kitchen over here. And not the best shots of the bedrooms. The front room is actually a very good size. And then this is a small room that you probably couldn't do much more than like a small kid's room or an office or something like that. There's your value feature right there. Backs onto a park. And they've got a wood deck too. So I think they're smart in the sense there's a lot of people that are listing these based on what other ones have sold for, but there's so much scarcity out there that everyone's jumping on them and getting multiple offers. So these guys are taking a bit of a high road, and it may pay off for them. It may push them a little bit too far and not get the kind of action they're looking for. The most recent sale looked cosmetically better than this, but it didn't have the location features, and that was in the high 330s. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I could see that one nudging close or even passing 340, but I don't think it's worth what they're asking. Now, Van Fleet is at 359.9. It's a three-bedroom, three-washroom, and it's a Hillsview model, and it's on a little bit of a wider lot as well. And it looks like it's kind of basic inside with the broadloom, and it says move-in ready, so that's it. So if you're fine without all the bells and whistles, it's got a second floor laundry. It's actually a really, really nice layout. So these ones have a chance. Typically the Hillsviews, to sell around 360, they got to bring the goods, have a little bit more upgrading inside. But this one is really saying, hey, we got a good piece of land, and that's what's worth the money. So we'll see if people respond. Now Edwards is at 375. These guys start at 399, and I thought they were ridiculous. This is a Spring Ridge model, and it's 1,800 square feet, built by Mammy. It's a semi-detached, and this is probably the price they should have started at. So you've got carpet here, you got some pot lights. The kitchen's a little bit more closed concept. You either love it or you hate it. It's one of those polarizing kitchens. And then you've got the rooms upstairs. So there's your ensuite and second floor laundry as well. I don't think it blows you away. I mean, I still think that they probably have a little bit to go before they're going to sell it in terms of price, but they're a lot closer than they were at 400. That's for sure. Now Duncan Lane is a great one. It's 389, and it's 3 doors down from Derry, so you will hear that road noise. And there, you're not too far from the train, so you hear that in the background too. Now, this is an Arista home. I don't remember the model, but it's about 2,000 square feet. There's a little half wall right here, but essentially it's one big open room. And they've used this as a family room here. And then they've used this as a dining. The builder's plans really see this as being a family room. And then you've got the kitchen here, nice upgrades, nice cabinets, mirrored backsplash, good appliances. And then you've got your California shutters, little eat-in area here too. The master's huge. It's only 3 bedrooms, and then you've got a good ensuite. And so the last one that sold was in the 380s on Scott. Similar features, but a little bit different. These guys being where they are at 389, I think is a perfect price to list at. I think they did a great job with really analyzing the market, put it in a perfect spot. So fourth line, 489, 4-bedroom, double car garage. Don't know how big it is. It needs air conditioning still. It's got hardwood floors. It's got 9-foot ceilings. California shutters in the breakfast area, but I don't know where else. So this one, wait for the photos. Really hard to say without knowing much about the size or how it looks inside. Book Drive, last one, is at almost $700,000. And Book Drive, the nice thing about it is it backs onto some forest space, but when you look inside, like, I have no doubt this one is worth the money when you look at the size of the home with a finished basement, with backing onto forest. But the problem is that these floors almost look like ceramic floors. That's hardwood. It's completely bleached wood, and I just don't know if it's going to appeal to the taste of most of the people looking out there. There's some more hardwood right there. There's your kitchen. This, I believe, is probably a two-way fireplace. So around the corner from the family room, I think there's probably a small office, and then the fireplace goes both ways through there, which I think is great. I mean, as someone who generally works from home, it's a great, great thing. So kitchen downstairs looks better than some of the kitchens I've seen in, like on main floors of a lot of homes. So it looks really, really good. There's your backyard right there. They've used the old photos from this one. They had this one listed before. And like I said, on paper, when you count up the amount of money and everything that they've spent, I believe they're in shooting range. But I just think cosmetically, it just may not appeal to every buyer, and they're going to have to really sift and sort to find the right person. So that is our list, and if you have any questions, you know how to reach out to us, and please feel free to meet me at Starbucks and talk a little bit more about your plans, because my whole approach is really information based. It's leading with the giving hand. Whether or not we work together doesn't matter to me, but what I want you to do is to stay safe and to not make a mistake, not have enough information to really take the next step. Or if you did, it's one of those things. Make sure that you know what you're up against before you leap. So that is our list, and I'm out of here. See you tomorrow. Bye.